Hello. In this clip from our Justia webinar, PPC Advertising in the Legal Industry, Challenges and Opportunities, we will discuss the upcoming opportunities within the PPC advertising landscape so you can leverage them while planning your upcoming PPC strategy. If you want to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
So with that, I know we covered a lot there with the common challenges that you run into when you're running PPC ads as a law firm. I hope, we provided some valuable insights. You feel a little bit more comfortable tackling these types of issues as they come up. But, with that said, we're going to get into a little bit more of the fun segment of our presentation and dive into some new exciting opportunities that advertisers have to look forward to in the world of PPC. As you may have guessed, a lot of this is going to have to do with AI, plays a huge role. So, ChatGPT, Google Bard, these are some of the big ones that are on everybody's radars right now. But of course, the amount of other AI tools available out there can be a little bit overwhelming. There's tools like Jasper, there's Dolly, Stable Diffusion, so many that can be leveraged to make your life easier when it comes to setting up a paid ads campaign. So, regardless of how you feel about AI, I know from conversations with my own clients, it's definitely a mixed bag. I've got, some people who are really excited and ready to embrace, the new technology, and some who are absolutely resisting at all costs. So, no matter how you feel about it, it's here. And specifically when it comes to Google Ads, you're going to see more and more utilization of AI tools. So we really just, want to be prepared for that. Earlier this spring, Google put on their annual Google Marketing Live Forum. This was in, I believe it was the end of May. And on this, they discuss all things SEM. So if you tuned in, much of what they cover is focused on e-commerce. So not necessarily applicable to, the law vertical, but there were some really exciting announcements that would directly impact us in the way that we create ads moving forward as legal advertisers. So I included a link at the bottom there. If you want to check it out, you missed it when it was live, you can go back and watch. There are some fun discussions there that are worth a listen. Specifically, they tease some new AI features that are going to be integrated directly into the Google Ads interface. That's what I want to share with you guys here because it was pretty cool. We're going to look at a picture, sorry about that, lagging, the picture of the demo that they shared. This is how the AI is going to be integrated directly into the ads dashboard. And it's basically, offering assistance with copy creation, and that's going to be based off of the text from your landing pages. You're also going to get assistance with image selection and creation and keyword discovery. So all of this is basically, the end goal of taking the burden off of the advertiser to have to come up with this information for every single ad that they are putting together on their own. Like I said, this presentation was back in May, and at that time they said that this conversational experience, that's what Google's calling this new feature, is going to begin testing in select accounts in July of 2023. So that was last month. We have yet to see any beta programs on the accounts that we manage, but it's definitely something that, we're on the lookout for, and I'm really excited to start playing around with the features as they become available. But from here, I'm going to let Jessica jump in and kind of segue over to how you can use ChatGPT or other, AI tools to help with your ads now while we're kind of waiting on Google for this.
Cool. Thanks, Samantha. That looks really interesting, and I'll be sure to check it out when it becomes available. So far, I haven't seen any ads when I'm using the generative AI in Google. But I'll keep my eyes peeled. And when I say generative AI, it's really just a small subset of AI, as you can see here. But anyways, let's take a look at how GPT in chat mode or ChatGPT can help us with our pay-per-click campaigns. But just for fun, why don't we jump in with a little haiku, a pay-per-click haiku. Quick refresher, a haiku is a poetic form consisting of 3 lines. The first line has 5 syllables, the second line 7, and 5 in the third. So I asked ChatGPT Model 3.5 to write a haiku about PPC advertising for lawyers. And it came back with this: legal ads ignite, keywords blaze, in the online court, clicks seek justice's light. So you'll see the first line came back with 5, the second line came back with 8, and the third line came back with 5. So close, but not quite. I tried again using Model 4, and it came back with clicks to justice flow, lawyers bid on the truth's demand, gavel meets the web. So it got it this time. It was 5, 7, and 5. Better. Okay, so why are we counting syllables right now? Well, ChatGPT, it can be incredibly helpful when it comes to content creation and ideation, but it doesn't count. It can't count. It's a large language model, AI. So it's a very sophisticated version of autocomplete. It might know that 1 + 1 = is usually followed by 2, but it's not doing the math to figure that out. It's just looking for common sequences. So something to keep in mind as we walk through several use cases that can help you and your team kind of streamline marketing efforts. So ChatGPT functions by responding to user inputs or prompts. You submit a prompt and it offers a response. It's important to note the higher quality of your input, the higher quality of your output. And you can kind of think of the 5 W's, the who, what, where, when, why, to sort of, help you cover all bases. But earlier in the month, OpenAI, they kind of made things a little bit easier for us. They rolled out a feature called custom instructions. So instead of having to put same information at the beginning of each prompt or each, conversation, we can have everything in one place for multiple output types, such as the ones listed here. We have ad headlines and descriptions, we have keyword recs, landing pages, and performance analysis. So here you'll see what I input to get things started. However, as mentioned before, higher quality of your input, higher quality output. I didn't take up the full 1,500 characters allotted per each field, since this is just for illustrative purposes. You may actually want to consider copying and pasting information from your attorney profile page. And also another tip, if you don't want to see certain terms in responses such as expert or specialist, this is a good place to point that out. So GPT tends to use these terms pretty frequently. So here I've entered in a prompt for 2 text ads with multiple headlines and descriptions. I also provided the character count for each, or the character limit. But as you see here, the descriptions that were provided are only about half the length of what's permitted. So we know it's not great at counting. So with a chain of thought prompting, I asked it to try again, and it came back with some better descriptions that are closer to the limit of 90 characters. But why don't we take a look at an example for generating landing page content? And so the prompt that I used here kind of is a continuation of the one from the headlines and the description. So I put in, based on the headlines and descriptions provided, draft a landing page narrative comprised of 3 paragraphs, no longer than 200 words, integrating the keyword car accident lawyer 3 times that can be used for pay-per-click. Okay, it's not a bad start. And as you can see, the information that I added in the custom instructions has been integrated. You can see the attorney's name, the years of her experience, her location. I do actually see the word expertise here. So this is another term you might want to point out, in custom instructions to not and include in responses. But there's a lot more that can be done here. Custom instructions, it's really a fresh feature, and I think it'll keep evolving. So right now it just has that one persona or preset. And I think maybe multiple personas would be available in the future. So whether you want to analyze or, be creative with ad text or landing page content, you don't have to go in there and, change everything every time, but we'll see how that goes. Be sure to check out GPT for Sheets. Word of caution though, every time that you open the Google Sheet or refresh it, If formulas are in there, it's going to pull from the API each time, and that costs money. So you'll want to copy and paste in the values. That's, copy, paste special values, or else it's just going to pull from the API each time. And also, if you are a GPT plus user, take a look at the AI OpenAI plugin store. Plugins can really help enhance GPT's capabilities, can make it more efficient, user-friendly, and versatile. And it's for both users and developers to kind of tailor the tool to certain needs. Like I said, GPT plus users have early access to this, and plugins, they might change over time though as things develop. And don't forget to catch our webinar, Using ChatGPT for Law Firm Marketing Content. This is presented by Justia's CEO, Tim Stanley, and Justia's Senior Product and Marketing Specialist, Marina Wilson. It's packed with more prompts, insights, and helpful tips. So you can visit the link there below. It's j.st/chatgpt. So to sum things up, generative AI, such as GPT's chat mode, provides the following benefits. So efficiency. It's a great tool to help start and effectively scale your legal marketing efforts. And it can quickly generate, content for pay-per-click, freeing up valuable time for other important tasks. Scalability, so it can handle a large volume of inputs. So whether you need to manage a handful or 100 of campaigns, it can scale up or down to meet demand. Now, I don't think you need to really manage 100, but that's just kind of more or less an FYI for you to take away. Overall, you want to make sure to optimize your prompts, and that'll lower costs, or use the custom instructions feature, just so you don't have to have more back and forth feeding it information over and over again. Another benefit would be consistency. So using ChatGPT, it would help ensure consistency in the tone and language and style across the pay-per-click campaigns, like the ad text, the landing page, etc. Experimentation, it can generate numerous ad copies, as we saw earlier, and it can help with A/B testing. So this allows businesses, to test multiple strategies and choose the most effective one. And last but not least, creative ideas, so content creation and ideation. It can provide a wealth of creative ideas. It's a large language model, and it looks for, it looks for sequences. So it's really good at content, language creation. It can help generate fresh content that captures your audience's attention and ultimately helps increase your conversions. However, that said, always make sure to review output for accuracy and correctness. You want to make sure before you use anything on your website or your blog or your landing pages or your ads, you want to make sure things are factual. It's very important. Also, you want to use the model that is good enough. So most of you are probably not managing hundreds of campaigns. Like I said before, you could see here, ChatGPT-4 is about 3 times more costly than 3.5. So let's check out some of the key takeaways. We covered a lot today. And just to sum up some of the main points that you should take with you moving forward. So law firms, especially more than other industries, we really need to pay attention to the restrictions placed on you by Google and your own, state bar and ethics regulations. Do not take Google's recommendations as the end all be all. As we saw today, they are not going to be in, not all of them are going to be in your best interest. So, or even really make sense for your firm and your marketing goals. So just make sure to use your best judgment there. And really, look through the recommendations that continue to pop up for you. Lastly, don't let budget constraints diminish the results that you're able to achieve. A lot of time and effort goes into the creation of these campaigns with the ad copy, the keyword research, the landing pages, and all that can be wasted if you just don't allow the ads to run at the capacity that's really needed to see results in a solid ROI. But now I'll let Samantha recap some of the key opportunities that we saw.
Yeah, so this is, like we said, all about AI. So whether you're using ChatGPT, you're using Google Bard, or you're going to hold out for Google to roll out their own AI integration directly on the ads dashboard, leveraging these tools has the potential to make your life as an advertiser so much easier. So, now after, we have gone through all this information, if you find yourself sitting here thinking, okay, this is a lot for us, we're a busy firm, we're, too much for us to try and undertake on our own, you're not alone. Utilizing an experienced agency, especially one that has a focus on the legal industry, is a really great way to take that burden off of your shoulders and just ensure that your marketing dollars are being put to good use. So, as I'm sure you know, Justia has decades of experience in the legal marketing industry. We offer PPC management through our Justia Amplify program. So I included a quick link here at the bottom of the page that takes you to our website, where we have a bunch of case studies available for download. If you want to check those out, they cover all different firms that we've worked with, targeting all different practice areas. So you can really see for yourself the possibilities when utilizing paid ads as part of your law firm's marketing strategy. And just for joining us today, we're going to give you a little sneak peek of the personal injury case study. For this firm in particular, we're looking at data from the 5 months before they started advertising with Justia versus the 5 months before, when they were running their own Google PPC ads. So, it's a situation where their previous provider, they're not using dedicated landing pages. So, of course, we had to get those set up for each of the practice areas that the firm was targeting. We also did a complete overhaul of their target keywords, improved the ad creative substantially, set up missing ad assets. All of this resulted in, substantial performance improvements that you see here. The conversion rates are up, average cost per click, average cost per conversion are way down. All of this was a really big win for the firm. So, again, if you want to get a copy of this and check it out for yourself, or if you want to check out any of the others, we have one, I believe it's one covering criminal, family law, estate planning, and then this personal injury study. Check out the Justia Amplify page on our website, request that download, or go ahead and reach out to us directly. We love to chat about, the specifics for your firm and your particular marketing goals. And, with all of that, thank you so much for, joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the presentation, learned a little something, and just feel better equipped to succeed with all of your paid marketing efforts moving forward. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more law practice and legal marketing videos. See you in our next clip.